Well, yes, 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 yes. The breaking news just keeps happening, guys. The Eagles are just not giving up. It's the second day of free agency, and he is back with the Philadelphia Eagles, and it is official. We have him. We have him long term. It's he's here. We're gonna go over the second day of free agency. A lot has happened. Maybe some ups, some downs, maybe things you agree with, don't agree with, but let's get into all of it.
We better do it. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody is having a fantastic day today, the second day of free agency. Kind of been waiting all day to see what would happen, and a few things did happen today, and obviously the biggest news, the biggest breaking news of the day that didn't happen until at least at my time at 7:28 p.m., Chauncey Gardner Johnson is back with the Philadelphia Eagles, and we were kind of waiting because there were still some guys left on the board at safety, okay? Now we saw that, Justin Simmons still available, Chauncey was available, there was safety still available, and we were wondering if this return would actually happen, if like the relationship between Chauncey Gardner Johnson and Howie Roseman was still there. And it looks like he did sign a 3-year deal worth $33 million. Just turned 26 years old, and now is here for the long haul. Got that leadership, got that swagger back to your defense. And I can't wait. I think this is what we've been missing. And I feel as if this is not going to be the only move. Now, there was a lot of rumors that the Eagles were going after one safety, but two bodies. And I feel like they could go after two. I feel like Justin Simmons could be another signing with Reed being the third safety. I'm not kidding. I feel like they could go double down at safety as of right now. Chauncey Gardner Johnson has been sorely missed, and I know some Eagle fans are going to say, "Well, look what he did to Eagle fans," and it goes both ways at the end of the day. Okay, I understand that a professional needs to be a professional, but I'm telling you right now, what he has done with this defense, what he was for that 1 year with us, it was absolutely incredible. And got the ball hawk capability. I think I know a lot. Seem that he can't really tackle that much, and I feel like with him, I do. He's had some hard hits. He's Fangio does like him, and Howie obviously has been wanting to bring him back. So I wonder what's the reaction of him coming back. I can't wait to see what he has to say about just returning back with the Eagles, because after one of the safeties was signed by Detroit to a long-term, like a 2-year a pretty big deal. I forgot the guy's name. It seemed like Chauncey was not a lock to even go back to Detroit at that point. Coming back to Philadelphia, guy shouldn't have left, and I can't wait to see what he brings here. We already know what he brings here, but I know some Eagle fans are not going to be happy with it. But I am so excited that he is back with the Eagles. It was well needed, well deserved. And I don't think this is the only move. Justin Simmons hasn't been signed yet. I feel like they're going to go after safety 2 times. I don't feel like this is going to be the only move. To have Justin Simmons play at an all-pro level, and with the leadership quality that he has, along with Chauncey, that's your back end's gonna look pretty damn good. A guy going into his prime, and Chauncey Gardner Johnson, he's coming off that pectoral injury, so it's not a serious injury, but definitely something to watch out for. And obviously Justin Simmons at 30, 31 years old, that has played in Vic Fangio's system. So the rumors are they're going to sign another safety. They're doubling down that this is not going to be the only signing at that position. I don't think they're even done. So they might be, they might not, but the rumors hearing that they'll double down on another safety within the next day or two. So I hope everybody's happy. I'm just so happy he's back, man. So happy he's back. Now, I want to go over the Josh Sweat nonsense that's going on right now. So Josh Sweat was on his Instagram and said, put out a message that said, "I will miss you all." It looks like there's a lot of rumors that the Eagles are going to be trading Josh Sweat. When it's going to happen, I don't know. They're apparently the Tennessee Titans are one of the top teams interested. So I don't know what they're going to get for him. We're kind of been waiting. What's been going on? I kind of figured out what they're doing with Bryce Hall. What they're, sorry, not Bryce Hall, Bryce. What they're doing with Huff, what they're doing with, what they're doing with HaasonReddick at this point. Both guys are going to be playing at different sides of the field. Josh Sweat gets traded. And could be going after another rotational guy, could be going after an edge rusher in the draft. There's a lot of things that are open right now regarding if Josh Sweat does get traded. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it sucks. It is what it is. I think Reddick's going to get his extension. I think they're going to free up another $11 million. I think with Josh Sweat, he will be gone sooner or later. This is kind of a weird message that he puts up and kind of stays quiet the rest of the day. So, not only signing another edge rusher to $17 million a year in big money, kind of leaves you to think, even after this message now, that Josh Sweat is definitely going to get traded. So definitely going to wait on this and see what happens with that. Now, the Eagles added a wide receiver, and that's Devante Parker. Yeah, I mean, this one was kind of out of left field for me. I don't know how Eagle fans, feel about that with him. It's been kind of crazy, and to think that they would sign a 31-year-old receiver at this point. Devante Parker was, to me, like 5-6 years ago, was one of the top receivers, big receiver, has that speed. So this is the news on Devante Parker coming to the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's the Eagles and former Patriots wide receiver Devante Parker reached an agreement on a 1-year, $4.69 million, fully guaranteed deal, of which Philadelphia has to pay only 1.2, with New England paying the rest. Devante is thrilled and grateful to become a Philadelphia Eagle to help this elite organization win a championship, said Parker's agent. Here's one thing I'll say, okay? I don't like the signing at all, but the thing is, like, as a number 3, it's not bad. I don't want to crush it. I don't want to shit on it. I don't want to step on it too much. Devante Parker could still fly, okay? It comes down to route running. I'm tired of just getting speed, because I feel like when we get speed, there's nothing else that we can do with it. It's not, there's no route running capability, no explosiveness off the line. I've seen a lot of tape from Devante Parker. Devante Parker got that big, massive deal. It was like not a massive deal, but it was like a 2-year, over $10 million deal for Devante Parker. We know that, this was a receiver that could have been with us a while back, before, AJ Brown got here. So I felt like, he was always in the cards with the Philadelphia Eagles. But I guess they wanted a savvy vet on the inside. They want a little bit of bigger size. But I gotta say, Devante Parker, he can still fly. He can run. He can run really quick still. I don't know how fast, but on tape, he still got it. Okay, he definitely does. Up there in age right now, got to stay healthy. And health has been a big issue with him over the years. If we were talking about this move 5 years ago, 6 years ago, yeah, I mean, I was a big Devante Parker fan when he was in Miami for all those years. Man, I used to, man, I was like, man, I wish we had a guy like that, you know. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but he will be with the Philadelphia Eagles now. They only paid $1.2 million. That's it. That's all they paid for. They paid 1.2, and they paid the rest of the whatever of a total of 4.69. The Patriots paid the rest of that. So the Eagles barely paid anything for really much. Pretty much he was free. Okay. Not much last year. I think 33 catches, 394 yards. But as a number 3 role, and Devante Parker hasn't been a part of something this big in his career in a while. To add some speed and some size on the inside, it's not a bad move. I just hope he stays healthy, and would really want him to work out and really help us out. So if they make a signing like this, it's kind of showing you right now, like, they have no interest at wide receiver 3 in the draft. They have no interest in getting a wide receiver in this draft whatsoever. So take that off the list. I don't care if they're not drafting any of those guys. I feel like that's said and done. They have to they have to work on other positions. So Devante Parker, is an interesting one, which was surprising. I woke up from a nap and saw this. I was like, Devante Parker, huh? Out of all the other guys that are out there, I know Calvin Ridley was out there, but he's going to get a massive deal from the Patriots most likely. Guys that are out of the pay grade, I guess they want to go really cheap at this position. You don't want to pay too much, but I get it. You got 2 number 1 receivers right now. AJ Brown's getting a big deal, and Devontae Smith is going to get paid sooner or later. So Devante Parker, I guess, is fair. They didn't pay much, and we'll just see what he does. We'll see if he survives through training camp, and we'll see some other things. So should be interesting. Devante Parker is now the number 3 wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. At least the Eagles are making moves right now, so they're doing as much as they possibly can. Now, we have some news regarding a new offensive lineman, which was, I think, was the first thing that was signed on the second day. An offensive lineman, Matt Hennessy, that had 22 starts with the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of starting experience. Played at Temple. He's a local kid. Okay. I know he's had 1,138 snaps at center, 232 snaps at left guard. And potentially this could be your competition for Tyler Steen at right guard. That is the rumor right now, that he's going to come right into camp, and Tyler Steen will have some competition on his hands for that right guard spot while Juergens moves to center. So really glad they haven't signed Sua Opeta. This was the first signing when it has become to the depth, and stuff like that. So I think that's really interesting going forward. And they needed it. They needed it really badly. And hopefully is going to get more. Hopefully they're going to get more depth, and they'll draft another offensive lineman in this draft. But for a guy who has a lot of starting experience, like I said, they're going to get a veteran type plug-in, player. So he was a third round pick in 2020. So, so he's not that old, and he's still relatively young. And the Eagles have, a big need regarding guard and depth at offensive line. So that 100%, definitely helps. And lastly, with the Philadelphia Eagles, forgot to get the news clip from it, but the Eagles did sign special teams. Braden Mann did sign a 2-year extension. I think a 2-year extension with the Philadelphia Eagles. A little over $2 million guaranteed, which was pretty damn good. So Braden Mann gets his extension. The Eagles have their punter long term. The long snapper Rick Ravato has been signed, extended for a 1-year deal. So the Eagles did take care of Braden Mann and their special teams, Rick Lovato, their long snapper. So that's all done as well. So the Eagles did a lot. I thought they did a lot of moves today. The icing on the cake today was Chauncey Gardner Johnson. As literally before this video was even being made, Chauncey was signed. So sorry to have the clippings for the news clip of Braden Mann and Rick Lovato. But those were just small signings. But a punter isn't huge news. But you know what it's like to have a bad punter in Aaron Sipos and deal with that. And how I thought Braden Mann did really good last year. And long snapper at the end of the day. But I thought we did really well last year at punter once Braden Mann came in. So glad he got his extension ready to go. But other than that, guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you think the Eagles are done at safety? Do you think Josh Sweat is going to get traded? Chauncey Gardner Johnson is back. The Eagles signed some really good depth at offensive line, and you got your special teams back in order. So the second day, pretty good. Of course, everything happens at night because I've been watching all day and nothing was going on. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and definitely check out some of my other videos as well regarding the Eagles and free agency and all that great stuff. Make sure you like the video. It does help with the channel a lot. And I will see you guys on day 3 of free agency because the Eagles are definitely not done yet. Shake Squad up, follow. So I peace out, guys. Peace.